Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night for those who ever watching this video. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Fadel Andre Usman. You can call me Fadel. I'm from Jakarta State University. So, in this video, I'm going to present about a novel called Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So, a little bit general information for all of you guys. So, the novel of this called Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and the genre of this novel is fiction and fantasy. The pages of this novel is 544. The author of this novel is a famous writer from UK called J.K. Rowling, and the release date was June 16, 2004. And the settings takes back in time from 1993, and the places of this novel takes in the Dursley house, Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and the last one is Azkaban prison. So, on to the next part. So, this is the character of this novel. So, the unique part of this novel, there are three main characters from this novel. The first one is, of course, Harry Potter. The second one is Hermione Granger. And the third one is Ron Weasley. So, and the next one is the secondary character. There are Voldemort, Remus Lupin, Sirius Black, Hagrid, Albus Dumbledore, Severus Snape, Draco Malfoy, the Weasley, Arthur, Molly, George, Fred, Percy, and Ginny, and Buckbeak, the Dursleys, Vernon Dursley, Petunia Dursley, and Dudley Dursley. So, on to the next slide of this video. The next slide is novel plot. The first one is the exposition. Just prior to leaving for Hogwarts, Harry is warned by Mr. Weasley that the escaped murderer, Sirius Black, is going to be after him. Promptly after, Harry is attacked by a Dementor, the guardian of the Azkaban prison, from which Sirius escaped. And then, Harry Potter is rescued by the newly arrived Professor Lupin. The second part is the conflict. Very shortly after the Dementor scene, Harry arrives in Hogwarts, which is still the obvious adventure world of the second act. However, have much to do with the main conflict beyond Dumbledore's announcement that the Dementor will be guarding the school. So, the fun fact is, just before Sirius Black is escaped from the Azkaban prison, the Dementor only guarding the Azkaban prison. So, after the conflict, Dementor is now also guarding the Hogwarts school, not only the Azkaban prison, and then Dementor is still looking for the escaped prisoner, Sirius Black. And then the third one is the rising action. The fat lady who guards Gryffindor's dormitory goes missing from her painting. When she is discovered in another painting, she reveals that she was moved by the Sirius Black, the escaped prisoner, who has been inside the school. This is an obvious emphasis of the antagonistic force. The next plot is the rising action part 2. Harry uses his invisible cloak to visit the village and eavesdrop. He overhears that Sirius Black betrayed his parents to Voldemort, and that Sirius is in fact his godfather of Harry Potter. He is shaken by this news and comes to a personal moment of truth. And next one is the climax. To save Sirius, Harry and Hermione use her time turner to go back in time. It turns out that they were instrumental to saving themselves earlier in the night. Harry himself was the one who cast the Patronus spell to save himself and Sirius. The next part is the falling action. At last they free Sirius. This is an interesting example of how, even though the climactic moment must be a definitive answer to the conflict, question posed in the inciting event, what to do about Sirius Black, it can still be completely surprising in its outcome. The, the next post is the resolutions. Lupin resigns over his werewolfism. Harry receives a wonderful new Quidditch from Sirius Black. So the next fun fact is, uh, eventually Professor Lupin uh, is a werewolf after all. So uh, after that, we at least know that Sirius Black is not a bad person after all. Although he is a murderer, but he always protect Harry Potter, even though he is in Azkaban prison. So on to the next slide. So this is my two favorite scene from this novel. The first one is when Harry Potter is taming the Buckbeak. So the fun fact is, this Buckbeak is a fairy tale animal. Known known as not easily tamed by anyone, not even the principal of Hogwarts, Albus Dumbledore, and the guardian of fairy tale, Hagrid. So the next unique fact is when Buckbeak is letting itself touched by Harry Potter. So in this scene, we're being told that Harry Potter was a special person after all. And the next favorite scene of myself, when the mentor is coming to the Harry Potter's train. So in this scene, we're being told that the mentor is searching for Sirius Black in this train. So when the mentor coming in the train, the spooky scene is straightly coming to us. The glasses in the train are instantly frozen, and the mentor uh, is invisibly just straight coming onto the train's room and people's room, searching for for Sirius Black. And the exciting part is when uh, hundreds of Dementor is leaving the train. So it's interesting and terrifying scene for me as a reader and fans of the novel. Okay, this is the last slide of my PowerPoint, so it means that this is also my last slide of my speech. Thank you very much for your attention, and if I make a mistake, please kindly remind me in the comment. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you later.